Hey fellow dirt roaders, this is Rick with Dirt Road Bushcraft. I'm out here in Mount Hood National Forest, driving around the dirt roads, kicking up dust. Have my wife, my dogs with me. We're cruising in my old beater van. And anyways, I'm thinking of getting a sway bar and a skid plate put into my van. And the skid plates protect my oil pan. And anyways, last week I visited a company called Roadmaster Inc. from out of Vancouver, Washington. They specialize in towing accessories and items like that for the RV industry. They make sway bars and they will make custom built products as well. Anyways, the film you're about to see comes from Roadmaster. This is their receiving department. So after receiving material, they bring it in and they stack it all up. They have a punch press set up over here that they're forming latches. It goes on their tow bars. So this machine here, it's a bender, CNC bender. They're bending 1.5 inch diameter solid steel bar. They can bend up to, on this machine here, I think a 2-inch diameter. They have another machine that can bend up to 2.5-inch diameter. So after they bend the bars, some of them they'll come over and they forge them. So they put them in this little oven here, and it will turn this bar red hot, lickety split. After they heat that bar up, then it will make its way over to this tool, and they're smashing it down. And they're ending up with a form like this. He knows when it's hot enough to do the job that it needs to be doing. You guys here are craftsmen. Now he has to heat the other side. So with some of the parts that they're making, they have to go through what they call a shaker, and it smooths them out, deburrs them, and it's loud. machines, plasma cutters. All the different shapes and geometry that they're cutting out. So after parts are forged, other parts are manufactured, and they come over and they get welded. They have a whole welding department here. So after cutting, forging, welding, tumbling, vibrating, sway bars come over here. That's what they're doing now, sway bars. And they'll go and they will get sandblasted. This is their sandblasting machine. So here I am at the paint line now. They're hanging sway bars. They go down this conveyor system. They come through and they get some kind of a washing done onto them. They get a preheating, and they get painted with a powder, and then they go and they get it baked, and then that's the powder coating. And they do everything in-house. The baked on powder coat comes out this side. Heck, they even make their own boxes here. That's a cool machine. The cardboard blank comes up here, comes up over the top of that, comes down into here. Been cut, forged, tumbled, sandblasted, painted. They come over here for assembly. Now these are tow bars, and from what I understand, they have lighting, LED lighting on them. Roadmaster, Liberty. Well, that's cool. So a couple of the support departments they have here is the CNC department, where they manufacture a lot of their own parts that go onto their tow components, their tow bars. They also make tow dollies. From what I understand, they have two more plants, two more facilities that also does manufacturing of their towing and suspension systems. So this is their tool and die department. This is what builds all the tooling that runs in their punch presses, and they have a press brake department that the tool makers here build the tooling for. They make their own die sets here. There's a tool that's being built right now that's under construction. They have some manual surface grinders, their own heat treat oven, a wash tank, a couple of lathes, some manual mills. The tool and die shop has their own CNC. That's kind of cool. So this machine, they use it in their tool and die department. This is called a wire EDM. This EDM is electronic or electrical discharge machining, and they use a real thin wire. It's like 10,000th diameter brass wire that it gets close to the steel, and then a spark will jump out and burn the steel away. And then this thing is CNC controlled. There goes the sparking. So a spark jumps out, burns the material. It's CNC controlled, and the accuracy on this thing is unreal. They can take a human hair and split it 10,000 times. So here's one of their tool makers machining stuff on a manual mill, and he's an old guy. You know that there's a lot of talent and experience right there. One of the welders moving heavy bars over for welding. They have one department that's dedicated to building custom tow brackets so that you can tow your vehicle behind your motorhome. Regardless of what vehicle that you have, they can build a tow bracket, and the tow bracket, it hides behind the grill. So they'll come in and they'll disassemble the front grill of the vehicle, and they'll build a tow bracket that fits behind it, and then reassemble the front grill on there. So when you hook up their tow bar, it connects directly to your vehicle and plugs in, and then they have another guy over here, or another department over here, that installs what's called an InvisiBrake. It's a braking module that works so that when you apply the brakes in your motorhome, it also applies the same brake force in your tow vehicle. And so I had talked to them about putting a skid plate in my van and a sway bar, and it doesn't look like it would be any problem for them to be able to do that.